You're listening to the Marketer DNA podcast, your internet marketing advice. Here's your host, Willie Desjarnette.
What's going on, my friends? I would like to say welcome to this podcast. Guys, I hadn't done a podcast in a while, so I want to do this before this year ends up, and I want to do it. I want to talk about the email marketing secrets for 2023. I understand that the year is about to end, but I want to do this particular podcast because we want to start out 2024 on a good note. So we got a podcast that's talking about some strategies that you guys need to implement in your email marketing for 2024. So I got some points that I want to share with you in this particular podcast, and I hope that you can benefit for it. And I will have what I'm discussing in the show notes as we finish. So let's go to the first point. All right. Our first point is personalization and segmentation. Okay. When I first started to do email marketing, what I done is I just sent emails to the same people over and over, whether they were opening them or are not opening. Now, when it comes to personalization and segmentation, depending on what you write as a email, some people are interested in certain things and some people are not. So you have to make your newsletter, whatever your email series, geared towards a particular topic. And then you have to do a statistical challenge to see whether they're corresponding to what type of information that you put out, what type of content that you put out. And then some people may not respond to that. So what happened is you gear up your particular content for a certain amount of audience, and then you check the analytics and find out, hey, are they responding to this particular email message that I'm trying to portray? And then once they started to come into that, you kind of gear your content towards their interests. See, the email marketing, as far as the people that are in your newsletter or on your list, you have to gear your information around their interests. It's not about you. It's about who that subscribe to your email. So you want to go in and start taking that content. And once you find out they're responding to that particular content, you want to give them more of that content. And then you want to segment, because some people just never going to read your emails at all. They just not, because they've been bombarded by so many people that's sending them things. So they really not going to read your email. So what you want to do is you want to segment those folks. When you see certain people are actually clicking on your emails or clicking on your title from your email and starting to engage with your content, you want to see what content you put out, and then you want to make more of it. So that's what's to do when you segment it. You putting them in a category where they're looking at this particular content, and then sometime when you deal with people that's actually not engaging with your content, you have to remove them. So that's what you want to do, and you'll see that your business will go a lot better when you segment your emails to people who are interested. And then in the email, ask them questions, get them an engagement type so they can find out what kind of content that you can produce and how you can help them. That's the purpose of having email. You're out for them to get on the list so you can help them, not to be salesy. Help them, because man, it's a lot of stuff out here online that people do not understand, and they're constantly looking and asking and trying to find advice. So this is something you can do. You can personalization and segmentate your email geared to the audience that you want to share this information to. And that's just tip number one. Okay. I'll see you in the next tip really, really quick. Hold tight. Our next tip is having your email mobile ready, mobile optimization. So let me tell you the thing that I do when it comes to email. I always send a test to myself, and I always look at that email on a mobile device because you want your readers to be able to access it on a mobile device because, people are always on the go, and if you use HTML in your email, make sure that template is, mobile ready. So that's one little phase that you really, really need to pay attention to. I'm not going to go into a deep subject on that. You will have a little bit of content in the show notes below. But just like I said, make sure your content is mobile ready. And the best way to do is once you send that email out, send a test to your email and then take a look at it. If it's nice to you, if it's readable to you, it will be readable to your audience. So that's the first thing you need to do when it comes to mobile ready emails. Okay. Automated campaign and AI integration. Guys, this is going to be another thing that's going to happen. Even though I'm creating this particular podcast in 2023, this is something that is extremely vital that you use when it comes to getting ready for the 2024 season. Let me tell you this. Statistics far as what's your peak time, what's the best time to email your list, and you'll have to look at your analytics to see that. Some software have analytics to find out when they open. Now it's certain software that you can send out and it automatically detects when it's the peak time for you. All email software is not like that, but I'm just trying to tell you. And then using AI to integrate it, when you find out the time and then you find out what they're actually interested in, this can help you out. This is help you create more content. One thing I did do a test on is and I think I don't have these in these tips. Your email subject line is a key to even getting it open, guys. You want to get that open. So with the AI technology, the click-through rate far as your subject line and the content that goes along with can help you create AI content with it. You know what I'm saying? So you have to kind of know when people are actually reading your email, actually clicking on the email, and then the type of content that you are using. So all these 6 points that we're going to eventually go over in this particular podcast, it's a combination. It's something that you got to do, and it's some statistics that you got to find out. If you are lazy with this, you're not going to produce anything. So I'm just trying to tell you, the AI technology is still going. I know some of the political people are trying to govern it, but it's still moving. And just make sure when you use AI content, make sure you use it right. Don't use it to hurt everybody else around it. So I'm just trying to tell you, this is coming and you need to implement that. Let's get ready for the next point. All right. Our next point is interactive content. Guys, make sure you're interacting with your people that are on your list. Quizzes, polls. One of the greatest things to have is video in your email. I use Loom. You can interact with your people from video. Man, I mean, it don't have to be long. Just a quick video and find out what your audience wants, man. Find out what your audience is struggling with. I'm just trying to tell you, I've encountered a lot of people online. It's a lot of people continue to fight this internet marketing journey that don't have the right type of information. And you can provide that if you interact with your people and connect with them on a personal level. So video to me is one of the best one to do it, but it's on you. If you want to do polls, if you want to do quizzes, it's whatever. Just make sure you engage with your audience. And I'm just telling you, you have to fight against it. You don't want to be salesy. Salesy will turn your customers away. So interact with your people. And let's go to the next point. Privacy and compliance. In order to produce a really, really good business, you need to abide by these rules that they have. Man, don't spam. be honest with your subscribers. Let them opt in. Let them do what they need to do. Now, I'm not going to go in debt with this. I'll have some stuff in the show notes so you can take a look at it. But I'm telling you, be an honest marketer. It'll always come back later on. If you're shady in the end, you're gonna start losing people. Man, you don't want to spam folks, and you really want to be their friend. That's basically what you're trying to do when it comes to working with people online. I know you'll probably get some people that come in there. They're gonna give you a hard time. That's just the nature of the beast. But you decide you want to be a part of it. So that's just the way it is. But make sure you be in compliance with the email marketing type thing, because email is not going nowhere. Even though you have social media outlets that are there, email is not going nowhere. So make sure you stay within the compliance. Okay. Analytics and continuous improvement. Guys, let me tell you something. Your analytics, I always can't pronounce that word. Analytics can help you. So you want to look at that to analyze what is going on with your campaign, because if you're not getting a really, really good click-through rate, you have to improve. You just can't quit. There's nothing in the business for far as quitting. You have to improve that. And that's what the analytics is for, to help you get better on that. So you have to always check that and check what type of content you providing. And one thing I didn't mention it earlier, you got to eliminate from your messages going to the spam filter. That's why I like email. Let me say I like the video part of it. A lot less content, but more video, and it won't be subject to spam. So you want people to interact to you, and I think Loom makes it really, really well for you to do that, because you can pop that Loom right there in that video, and you can just in that email, and you can just talk to them. Guys, I took this podcast a little bit too far. I try to keep my podcast around 10 minutes. So when you're on the highway, it's just not a lengthy podcast, but I always like to provide and research and provide good nuggets so it can help you out. And when you're on the go, you can just listen to me. So guys, I had to get this quick podcast out because I probably hadn't done a podcast in over 2 months, and the year is about to end. I've been doing a lot of studying, and I've been doing a lot of things to get ready and to go forward for the 2024 to get ready. So you will see me going forward being a little bit more consistent on my podcast, since now we're going to be doing it through video and still going to have the audio traced through all the other trails. Guys, take care and be blessed and get ready for the New Year's. And I'll see you on the next podcast.
You've been listening to the Marketer DNA podcast, your internet marketing advice. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I hope to have you here for the next episode.